Long ago, in the small village of Willowbrook, people whispered of a mysterious figure who roamed the streets at midnight. No one knew where he came from, but they called him the Midnight Stranger. He was tall and cloaked in black, his face hidden beneath a wide-brimmed hat. His footsteps were soft, but they echoed in the silence of the night, sending chills down anyone who dared to listen. The villagers told their children never to wander out after dark, for the Midnight Stranger was said to take those who were careless. Some claimed he would knock on doors, offering gold in exchange for company. But those who opened the door were never seen again. One stormy night, a curious boy named Thomas decided he had to see the Midnight Stranger for himself. His grandmother had told him stories, warning him to stay indoors. But Thomas didn't believe her. Armed with a lantern, he slipped out of his house while his family slept. The streets were eerily quiet, except for the sound of rain tapping against cobblestones. Thomas wandered through the village, his lantern casting long, shaky shadows. As the clock struck midnight, a strange sound echoed through the air, the soft, steady clinking of boots. Thomas froze, his heart pounding. From the mist appeared the Midnight Stranger, his cloak billowing as if caught in an invisible wind. Though his face was hidden, Thomas felt the weight of his gaze. "Good evening, young one," the stranger said in a voice like gravel. "What brings you out so late?" Thomas tried to answer, but his voice caught in his throat. The stranger stepped closer, and the air grew colder. "Would you like to see something magical?" he asked, extending a gloved hand. Despite his fear, Thomas couldn't resist. He nodded, and the stranger led him to the edge of the village, where an old, crumbling bridge stretched over a raging river. With a flick of his hand, the stranger made the rain stop and the moon shine brighter. "Cross this bridge," he whispered, "and you'll find treasures beyond your dreams." But as Thomas stepped onto the bridge, it creaked and groaned. He glanced back, only to see the stranger's cloak unraveling into shadows. "You shouldn't have come," the stranger hissed, his voice now a deafening roar. The bridge collapsed beneath Thomas, and the villagers found only his lantern the next morning. From that day on, the Midnight Stranger's footsteps echoed louder, as if he had grown stronger.